everyone, Connie Stewart with SimplySimpleStamping.com here with a video tutorial sharing with you how to take the Celebration Simply Sent Kit from Stampin' Up! And turn it into not just 8 cards and matching envelopes, but how about 16 little boxes? How about that? I'm so excited to share this with you today. It's just a very fun way to think outside the box or inside the box, depending on how you want to look at it, how to take that kit and convert it into something really unique. Let's start first with our Oh Hello box. Now this one here is using the actual card from the Simply Sent kit. Like I said, you get 8 of these in the kit, but we're just going to use one to create our box today. So what we want to do to create this, we're going to bring in our Simply Scored board and one of our card bases, and I'm going to put it into my board. I've got it where the pattern piece is off to the right, and that little point is just barely touching over here. So the 4 1/4 inch score line is already there for you. Stampin' Up! Provided that one. But can you see I've got this little white border that runs around the edge of the pattern piece? Well, I want to score so that I can continue that border all the way around, and that is going to be at 5 3/8 of an inch. Now, so this little area right here turns out to be 1 1/8 inch. Well, in order for a box to go together right, we have to have 1 1/8 inch depth on both sides. So I'm going to come along here on these edges, scoring at 1/8 of an inch, like so. All right, let me move my board out of the way. Now we're ready to prep our little box. I'm just going to do some simple cutting, and I hope you can see this here. I'm going to cut along these little score lines just right up to the next score line. Hopefully with flipping that up you can kind of see that. So we're going to cut that. So you can see we have these 2 little squares, and we're going to miter these out. Now if you've seen me do box videos, you know I tell you if you're cutting on anything other than that square, you're cutting wrong and you need to stop. You can see I just mitered out those edges. To do that, I like to go from the inside to the outside. Inside to the outside. Very easy to do. By mitering it, it's going to make my pieces go together really, really nicely. Well, now we're going to do some quick scoring. If I can find my bone folder, there we go. We're just going to crease all of these scored pieces down. I think you can already see just how quick and easy this little project's going to go together. Once we have this done, we're ready to adhere it together. So let me bring in one that I've kind of already prepped. You can see I put some sticky strip here on the sides so you can see where we're at. And so let me peel that off and out of the way. And we are going to add a little more adhesive to this. You know, I prepped these little things so they'd come off. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and put some snail adhesive on these inside edges and on this flap. You notice I'm doing all the adhesive here on the inside. Are you ready for the magic? We're just going to flip that up. We're going to put those to the outside edge, and then we're going to hide them by bringing, oh, look at you. You are going to try to stick prematurely. That is just wrong. Okay, I'm just lining up my edges here. Oh, I should have told you this. Sorry, I did stamp in advance. I wanted to stamp a little something on it. So with the Oh Hello stamp set, by the way, let me just give you a tip. Do that before you put the box together. Yeah, my first one, I didn't do that. So I was trying to hold it and stamp it. It was crazy. All right, so we're going to give that a little press. And check it out. Box, just like that. Now the other great thing that comes in those Simply Sent kits are 2 of these sheets. So we are just going to take some of these little die cuts. They're die cut and they are cardstock die cut. I love that. And we're just going to layer them together. Since we have 8 cards, I have enough to make 8 of these boxes. So I have enough of these to do all of it. So we're going to do that. And then I'm just going to take one of the rhinestones that come in the kit also. You get this little package of rhinestones. Add that to the middle. I added my Little Debbie snack cakes. If you guys know me, Little Debbie and I were like this. And so I just put some Little Debbie, what are they, strawberry shortcake rolls, and I added a little seam binding ribbon. How about that? Is that just the cutest little box? All right, well, we've got that box done. Let's go to box number 2. And box number 2 is this one right here, and I created this out of the envelopes that come with the kit. So let me show you how we're going to create this little beauty. All right, so I'm going to start with, of course, my envelope. First thing I want to do is seal it up. Now, before I do that, you can see I've got some little blank space here, and I do need this all to be sealed up. So I'm going to put some adhesive here on the ends, and I'm now going to lick, you know, that icky thing, ready? Ugh, I hate that stuff. All right, so we're going to seal up our envelope like so. Now I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer because I need an opening in my box, and of course that's sealed up. So I'm just going to put it in my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to cut just a hair off of there. All right, so we've got that done. So now my bag now has a little opening. I can now bring in my Simply Scored board, and we're going to do a little scoring to create our box. This one we're going to be scoring at 3/4 of an inch, and you're going to do this on 3 sides. The 3 sides we're going to be working with are the 2 short sides and the 1 long side at the bottom. We do not want to score anything up in here. That's the top of our box. So we've got that. We're all scored 3/4 of an inch all the way around. We're now going to give all of these score lines a good crease. And when I say a good crease, I mean a back and forth crease. We want it to have a lot of flexibility. So you're going to do it, kind of flip it back and forth so that we get a really good score. If I'm shaking the camera, I apologize. That's one of the downfalls to doing something like this. It gets a little crazy on the table. All right, do you see where we're at? Okay, now the little trick to create the box, you can see I've got little squares here in the corner. I've got my hand in it like a little hand puppet, and I'm going to grab these 2 corners right here, right at that fold, and we're just going to give it a pinch. And you can see it kind of lines up just right. Let's do it again. You can see there's my 2 corners, and we're going to give it a pinch. Voila! You can already see my little fabulous envelope box coming together. You can now come in and kind of give those a little nice fold. At this point, we're going to add some sticky strip, and we're going to adhere these corners down. So let's just do that real quick. And, oh, little runaway there. Kind of have to get your hand in there so you can press it down. And we'll get this other side. Okay, now one thing I can tell you about this box, when you make these little envelope, we call them bagalopes, when you make these, they are a little flimsy. So I'm going to give you a trick on how to make this a little bit sturdier. I've got 2 pieces of cardstock, Daffodil Delight. These have been cut to 4 1/4 by 3 1/2. I'm going to come in with the Anywhere glue stick from Stampin' Up. Now listen, if you have not used these Anywhere glue sticks, these are not your toddler's glue sticks. I'm just saying. One thing I love about this glue is that when it dries, it kind of turns whatever you've put it onto into cardboard. It's fantastic stuff. I'm just going to slide it into my bag like so. Give it a good press. Of course, I'm going to repeat that with the other one. And then that way, look at that. I've got a really nice, firm, sturdy box. When it's all done, of course, it's going to look like this. You can see, and I'm going to bring in this one. I took one of the strips here and just put it down here at the bottom of the box just to kind of decorate the bottom just a little bit. It gets a little jaggedy sometimes, so it's kind of nice to come in and just hide that. Snip off the extra. And then you can see on my box here, I added, with that same stamp set, the Oh Hello stamp set in the oval, I did a little stamping and punching. Let me show you how to do this cute little bow though. Really easy. This twine also comes in the kit, and it's going to come in these pieces. So I cut 4 inches off of one of the pieces. I'm going to take the remaining. Again, you get 8 of these, so you're going to be able to, or 16 of these. What do you get? 8? 16? I don't know. All right, there we go. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half again. That's what happens when Connie's not prepared or I've just had too much coffee. Fold it in half again till I get that. I think you guys see where I'm going with this. And I'm just gonna make myself the most simple bow in the world. Ta-da! And I just took a mini glue dot and then I added that onto my box. And that's all there is to it. What do you guys think? How about that? A great way to take a card and convert it into something totally different. Not that those cards aren't fantastic, but it is kind of nice to have some options, isn't it? Well, thanks so much for tuning into my video today. Remember, you can purchase, or I'm sorry, you can't purchase the Simply Sent kit, but you can purchase $50 worth of Stampin' Up! Products from my online store at simplysimplestamping.com. And you know what? If you choose, this will be the one that'll be sent to you for free. Everything you need, 8 cards, 8 envelopes, rhinestones, twine, the die cut stickers, it's all in there ready to go. Whether you choose to make cards or boxes, you are going to be making these projects so quickly and they are so much fun. Be sure to check out simplysimplestamping.com for more ideas coming at you soon. Thanks for tuning in today. Bye-bye.